Hey guys, it's Dan, your host here, Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back with my weekly review for this week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 8. This is going to be for The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 10, which is called The Lost and the Plunderers. So, wow, this was a really cool episode. I really enjoyed this episode. I thought that some parts were good, some parts were bad. I do have some mixed opinions, I will say that. However, I gotta say this episode was pretty darn good. This was really good. So, would I say it's better than the mid-season premiere? I would say it is, because this one's more kind of regular. You know, the other one, it was sad. It was, this one, it's back to the regular Walking Dead, kind of deal. So, I would say this one was better, and I do think that this episode is really good. It's just I feel like there's some parts that they could have let out of this episode, because I felt like they crammed a lot in, and I don't think that's really a complaint. I wouldn't say it's a complaint. It's just they did cram in a lot of stuff. So, and it was extended by a couple minutes, which I had a feeling it probably would have been. So. Let's just talk about it. So, definitely my favorite part. Now, you guys can all write your comments below, but my favorite part about this episode, let's go through. So, what we'll do here on this channel, from now on in the reviews, we'll name our favorite zombie kill and, the best, our favorite moment, and then we'll get into the review. That's how we'll do this, for now on. Just make it kind of a cool little thing. So, okay, zombie kill. So, zombie kill for this one. I can't really say it was one specific, but the one with Jadis, where, that was amazing. That was awesome. Probably the one guy that was, one of the main ones of the junkyard, when he was like looking at Jadis and then he fell through. That was emotional, and that was gory once he just fell down. So, that was amazing. Jadis definitely had a great Walker kills in this episode. So. Then my favorite scene. Now, I'm sure a lot of people will probably have mixed opinions about this. Maybe some favorite scene is this and that and this and that. Me, it was the end. I love the ending of this episode with Rick and Negan. I just thought that was absolutely, absolutely exciting. It's just, them two, it's so special when they talk to each other, and I'll tell you why. Because, there's so much stuff that's going to be coming up, them two versus one, like one versus one, later on this season, that it makes it so special. And I love it, and it's so exciting. So that would be my favorite moment. So let's start from the beginning. So we have Rick and Michonne with the grave. We did see this scene in a opening sequence or whatever. We did see this, but they're basically saying goodbye to Alexandria. They're trying to take fires out. It's not working. You got the blueprint, which is pretty cool. And they saw there was a lot of blue paint in this episode too when Simon fell, and just to kind of remember that Carl is dead. So thank you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know, right? I guarantee we're gonna get more of those. So anyway, then we move on, and we've got. Now, I did like the part, and I'm not sure if you guys know which part I'm talking about, but the part where, the one Walker kill, and that's another one too, that might be one of my other runner-ups, is when Michonne, stabbed through the mouth of the zombie. That was just super cool at the wall. So anyway, so they have to say goodbye to Alexandria. It's really sad, and it's definitely a really awesome opening, right? So, then they show up to the junkyard, and everybody is dead, and they're walkers, and it's just, I liked it, but I thought it was kind of strange how they would show that they're dead first, and then they would show Simon and how he killed them. I don't know, I didn't like that. That was one of the biggest problems of this episode, is that it's like, really? Why can't you keep that a surprise that Simon killed everybody? That would have been really cool, wouldn't it? But you kind of already knew. It didn't really have much of an impact, unfortunately. Not for me, at least, when Simon killed everybody. I mean, it did, but, we knew he was going to kill everybody and leave Jadis alive. That was in the promos like crazy. So I don't really like how they showed that. I like the idea, but especially when Rick and Michonne showed up there and they're already zombies, like that's kind of like, that's a confirmation, right? That's basically like trying to spoil an episode for someone. It really is. I know, they're not major characters, but still, that was one of the biggest parts of the episode when Simon just killed everybody there. So personally, I didn't like that when they showed up at the junkyard and they're all dead, Not a fan of that. Now, I did like when Rick was using the shields to kill the zombies, Rick and Michonne, and I love it when they left Jadis. I'm sorry, but I loved it when they left Jadis. Why? Because Jadis has been messing with Rick for like a season now, all the time, all the time, and he's like, I've had enough of her games, and they leave, they get through the zombies with the shields, and it's really cool. So Jadis is left alone. She's killing all of her people, in the little thing right there, the little contraption to kill Walker. It's really cool. Now, here's the thing also, though, is that I felt like in this episode, that the one problem I did have is that you have, Rick and Michonne who get there, they leave Jadis, but it's like, well, where's she supposed to go after that, And I hate the idea. I absolutely am so against the idea of Jadis becoming Alpha. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Now, her being a Whisperer, not the leader, like not Alpha, but being a Whisperer, oh, sure, you know what? Sure, go for it, But I don't want her to be the television series version of Alpha, and I really hope that's not where they're going with this, because that would be such a stupid decision, in my opinion. I wouldn't like it. I would just I would hate it, So, anyway, so we have Aaron and Enid, so that stuff going on there now. Oh man, it didn't blend well with the episode, unfortunately, not for me. Aaron's gonna stay back, and there's not much. They let Enid go, and Aaron's going to stay back to try to convince them. Which really, I don't know how you're gonna try to convince them, but anyway, cool stuff. That's really all I could say about them. It was really short and So anyway, moving on. So okay, so then we've got the sequel. Now again, another problem here. I don't get why Simon is so trigger happy. I like the idea, but I'm not really sure why he's so trigger happy. Like, that's just pure evil. I'm sorry, that's just pure evil. Because, they really should show why is he that way? Why is he so darn trigger happy? I would really, is he just simply just messed up? I guess that's what we can say, but, I mean, come on, there's gotta be a better reason for that. So, anyway, Negan, one, that was awesome. Yeah, that scene, you will do your job, and I like, that was another cool zombie kill there, too, when, the nail gun, right, so that was another, there was tons of awesome ones in this one, so anyway, and that, unfortunately, though, that is one thing I will say about The Walking Dead Season 8, the zombies are not that much of a threat right now, they really just simply aren't, and I wish they would just kind of bring them back into the show a little bit, because it like full force, because this is a zombie apocalypse TV show, and we're not getting much of the zombies this season. We're getting more of the group versus group, as much as I love that. You guys know what I mean? So that's one thing I think they should blend in a little bit more than they are. So, I like that. So anyway, then we got, so we move on and we've got Simon who goes to the junkyard. Now this again, this, we knew it, but I really did like the scene. He shoots the one guy and then he shoots the other lady and, he falls, on the blue paint or whatever. And she's like, she's yelling at him right in his face. And Jadis had some lines in this episode, Rick and Michonne, they were talking to her. She had some lines. Seriously. I gotta do it. I gotta applaud her, because seriously, she's like a 3-year-old, a 3-year-old child. Seriously, just the way she talks, Trick. No. Yes. Yeah, it's so creepy, it's weird, it's just as creepy as I try to portray it. But anyway, so anyway, let's just continue on here. So, now I did like, though, her development, what is she supposed to do now after all this, So I did like that. Did I feel bad for Jadis? Unfortunately, a little bit. Just a little bit, But, for the most part, I was like, okay, Simon, alright, yeah, because, I like Simon more than I like Jadis in the group, and that's what I try to kept, telling myself. I was like, no, don't feel bad for her, just remember the saviors, they're better than them, okay, so, they're better than Jadis and the scavengers, just remember that, so that's what I was trying to remind myself the whole darn time, really. So anyway, that was a cool scene when he, executed everybody. Did he execute everybody in the ocean side, like all the men? That's probably where they're going with it. So, Anyway, you've got Simon who goes back, and then you've got the guy who says it's Rick, So I'm trying to think if I missed anything before I want to get to the end. Did I miss anything? I'm really trying to make sure I didn't hear. I believe that's it, right? I believe that is. Anyway, so we get to the end, and Rick, he wants to take a moment. And yes, Carl wrote a letter to Negan. Now, this was a huge kind of thing. People weren't sure. Well, it looks like he did, so that is really awesome. So the Rick and Negan scene on the walkie-talkie. Really cool, man. Now, again, I want to talk about this because I know a lot of people are mad at Negan for what he said, and that is pretty crummy to say. You failed as a father, you failed as a leader. But do you notice how he was like, man, Rick, I'm sorry. And he was kind of caught up in the moment that Carl was dead, and he was kind of feeling sorry for Rick and everything like that. And then as soon as Rick said, I'm going to kill you, that's when Negan, he kind of, reality check for him. Oh, no, that's right, I'm Negan. I got to say all this, you failed as a father. What can I say, Rick? Why are you doing this? You notice how he kind of, after Rick said that, that's what kind of set him, to start talking about, him versus him again. So, do you guys notice, did you guys notice that? It seemed like, reality check, oh, no, yeah, I'm sorry, Rick, you set this course, Rick, who's next, So, you guys notice? So it's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool transformation for Negan. I liked it. At least that's what I felt was going on. So anyway, guys, so this episode was a good episode. Definitely not a great episode, but a really, really good episode. And I'll catch you guys for my predictions video for the next episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.